Hey, Frank, last game you made that halftime switch to go small, and tonight switched up the rotation, putting Caruso into those minutes, and the team kind of responded quickly. What did you make of the decision tonight, and why did you go to it, and what did you think it did for the rest of the game?
Well, you start with plan A. We know what he did for us last game. The game was we were struggling to just kind of get over the hump. With this team, they were fighting. They're young, aggressive, three-point shooting team, and at a point where I felt like we could make a little push or use a spark. We threw him in there, and he produced. He played outstanding, in particular on the defensive end, but making plays offensively as well. He's a great two-way player, and he's creating good problems for me because we've got a lot of the other guys playing well too.
With LeBron and AD playing like that, I suppose it says something to ask about Caruso and now Dwight Howard. What did you make of his minutes, and did you expect to get something like this from him this early in the season?
Yeah, Dwight's showing bursts like that all throughout camp, and I said all along he and JaVale are playing at a really high level and a big part of what we're trying to accomplish. And but tonight in particular, he was off the charts. Obviously 8 for 8. Scoring the way we want him to score by crashing and rolling to the basket. He had one post up, but mostly within his role that we're asking him for. And defensively is where I felt like he was dominant. He had they have him for 4 blocks, but he changed several other shots. Got every rebound it seemed in his area, and obviously 16, 10, and 4 blocks is a hell of a night.
Frank, just to follow up on Dwight, is there? After a performance like this, does it cause you to think about like what his role could be moving forward in terms of changing up starting lineup or anything like that?
Yeah, we reevaluate after every game, and like I said, we got a lot of different ways we can go with this group. It's very early. We'll see a lot of different starting lineups throughout the year, but performance like that certainly makes a case.
Yeah, asking about Dwight again, how important was his energy and activity to what you all were doing?
Well, he was in there during that stretch and a big part of us breaking the game open. He just, like I said, he protected the rim. Anything that came to the basket, he either blocked or changed. And every shot that went up seemed like he got above everyone else types of rebounds. So when he's doing that and then getting people open on the offensive end, he was a star in his role tonight, and that's what we're asking him to be. Not the superstar he was first time around, but to be a role player and be a star in that role, and tonight he was.
Frank, I know you haven't coached Dwight for a very long time, but given the history that he's had with this organization and everything that's led up to where we are now, have you gotten a sense of what it would mean to Dwight or what it means to him just having the crowd behind him like that and the interplay with them?
Yeah, I mean, you really have to ask him that question, but I know he cares very much about this team. And loved his time here the first time, is enjoying being back here the second time. And, I'm sure it means a lot to have this fan base behind him.
I'm sure there are more questions about Dwight, but what about LeBron? He's talked about wanting to play through AD, at least in training camp and in the summer. Was that first half kind of what that you imagined that looking like? And then how do you think he balanced then in the second half or the fourth quarter, finally starting to really attack?
Yeah, I mean that's what we have the ability to do. One guy gets going like Anthony was in the first half. LeBron can defer and just pick his spots. I thought he was great trying to make the right basketball play every time down at 8 assists. And then in the second half he got more aggressive trying to score the basketball. Obviously we felt like we could exploit this team in the paint. By attacking the basket. Chicago had 78 points in the paint against these guys, and when LeBron was making the right plays, he also recognized that he could get to the basket too. So, both of those guys just picking their spots to be aggressive, sharing the load, and showing what they can do as a tandem.
Firstly, did Anthony go to the locker room early at all from the bench? Or?
Not that I'm aware.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, I saw something. But do you feel like what we saw from him in the first half, I mean, making threes, attacking the rim through lobs from the perimeter and also on the pick and roll, do you feel like this is sort of the full complement of what we've seen from Anthony so far, sort of the fullest representation of his skill set?
Yeah, I think this is probably the best representation that our team has seen or our fan base has seen from him in a Lakers uniform. obviously that's his greatest skill set is his versatility and his ability to do everything. He hasn't shot it that well from the perimeter yet, but we've been encouraging him to keep getting those attempts up. The shots will fall. He's a great shooter. And, when he's knocking down shots from the perimeter like that and then doing all the other things, the short rolls, the post-ups, the offensive glass, the lob game, there's just a lot of different ways he can hurt you.
When you go on that run in the fourth, was that a gear that you hadn't seen from this team, or just them focusing a little bit more? What do you think that was?
Well, I think it's a lot of things. Obviously, you get into the second half and you feel like you're at home. You want to protect your home court. The other team is staying in the game. And, one of the things that was hurting us throughout the first half was how much we were fouling. We were putting them to the line. It just disrupts everything and gives them easy points and takes us out of our flow offensively. So I think during that stretch is where we really locked into picking up our intensity, but being really disciplined to not let the whistle blow and stop the action and break our momentum. So we have a high ceiling of what we can be on the defensive end, and I think we saw that in the second half tonight.